A little low on battery juice at the moment, but figured I'd do a quick recording at the moment. We had to redo the seals, so where you see that black line and there's those 2 white spots, those are the worst spots, so we double protected, I guess you could say. And then there's one just on the other side of the barrel. Right now it's about 4 feet deep at the barrel. And then, so when this is done, when it gets up here, right along this line right here, oops, kind of where it kind of curves in from the crest of the top there, that's about 11 feet, 10, 11 feet right in there. And that's what it will be to the bottom. Getting ready to cut the water off for the night, and what we're doing is I'm just waiting for it to reach, oops, basically reach the, what do you call it, the brass on the hose there, so that way we can get an idea where the water level is when we come back out tomorrow. It'll give an idea if there's a leak or something. But no, this thing will finally be done, like everything. Tomorrow, we already went over the seam right along here where it's all dark. We're gonna work on the rest of it up there, and then we gotta do the same back here. And then on this little shelf spot right here, neighbors are actually gonna help, or not like I'm surprised, I guess, but they've been helping with this whole thing. It's been really awesome, because they're gonna help put fish in here so they don't have to always go up to the mountain to go fishing. That shit'll be gone soon. But we're gonna get some water noodle things to put underneath this top layer liner on this ledge from here across to here, and then towards the big rock there. And then we'll put the top liner back over and allow the water to kind of fill it in to help hold it down. And then I've got enough sand and stuff obviously in my yard that we're gonna screen through, because I got some shaker screens in my shop. Get the dirt out of that where it doesn't have anything there, and then fill it all along the top of this. So it's gonna be kind of like a little beach. It'll at least be a comfortable spot to walk. Plus, if any dogs get in here, they're not gonna break that, like the liner. Once it's all done, it's like said and done. I think one thing we are gonna do before I forget, where it's this Ripley spot, it's gonna get raised up. I'm gonna put several rocks back behind it and fill it with some soil, so that way it's good and level with the opposite side there. But as I was saying, once that's all done and all that, everything's done, we'll start trimming all of the excess liner all the way around. And like I said, all this shit up here is going to be gone here hopefully in the next couple weeks. I'd say probably the beginning of next month maybe, or yeah, somewhere in there. But technically this is ready for swimming in if we want it. Like I said, that's 4 feet deep right there where the barrel is. And then where I'm walking at, it goes deeper from here and gets more gradually more shallow till you get up to the top here, and then it's like a little step up. I gotta call the power company here soon to get some vouchers for some trees, because they cut some trees on my property just outside the fence line, like a half a dozen of them. So I probably get, I know the neighbors got like 500 for 4 trees, so I wouldn't expect much more than that. But I'll be using that to replace them with fruit and nut trees to go around this thing. And if you look way back there, all those branches everywhere, I've got them going all along my fence line. And I've got some other ones saved for a project, but what I was thinking about doing is using them to do kind of like a garden fence all the way around like I did at my garden, and go all the way around this thing. And then I can actually hang some, if I wanted to, like I could hang lights from it or what have you. I know one of the neighbors joked, one of my neighbors had joked because they know I kind of have a thing for movies and all that I can get a screen to put up between this tree and this one, the butterfly trees. It's about 15 feet, but I could hang a rope there, put up a screen there, and then have a little floating like platform type thing to have a projector, a movie projector, and come out here and watch the Jaws movie. Like, that's a great idea. But no, I've had a pretty fucked day, but I'm just trying to make the best of it. And in the end, I think, hearing the good news from my folks about the idea that I don't necessarily have to sell, not that I guess they're gonna try and move down this way. I mean, this day and age, trying to move from here to the Midwest is gonna be kind of expensive on fuel, and I think it would be difficult on my mom, especially. So, thankfully, on the other side of this old freaking washing machine that we pulled out of here and all, yeah, we cleaned up the ground. We're gonna get rid of it and have it properly gotten rid of. There's a half-acre lot here, and then on the other side, 2 quarter-acre lots side by side. So, and I had the contacts for the owners for those places. So if they wanted to sell, we'd have a chance to. But either way, I'm now that I know that my family's gonna stay in Oregon. Just the timing of all the bullshit. Somebody got mad at me about wanting to sell because there's nothing here, and I just asked them to just give me a reason to stay, because they're basically trying to hint to them they've got me feeling like shit all the time and I'm unwanted. So if they really wanted me to stay, they probably needed to pay more attention to what was going on at home, not somewhere else. But it seems like the family ended up giving me the reason to stay. Ironies of and luck of karma, I guess, and God's good graces, because I'm gonna get to stay here. Once the pond's done, the biggest project on my property is technically done. I just got to get cleanup done, and then I can start chipping away at things in my home, because I've actually been having some good help from my neighbors and stuff. Part of it so that way he can use this too, because he's gonna help stock this with some catfish, and then some mountain trout, and maybe a couple other fish. I got to go to vector control to get the fish that eat the mosquitoes, so that way it keeps it clean of mosquitoes. But then hopefully we can get some plecos for out here for this type of thing, so that way it helps. They eat all the crap and algae and stuff. But I'm getting anxious. Since I'm living here alone, I'm almost tempted to turn my living room into my blockbuster, because my movie room is, I packed everything up, having it ready to move and all that, and have the house sold. But if the house isn't selling, I can set my movies up again, and who knows, I might, like us, just said, I might turn my entire living room into my blockbuster in there, instead of in the back room where it was. And technically at that point, I mean, hell, that could be a game room if I want. I can totally go bachelor pad at this point now. I won't do that though. But it's just me in a 3-bedroom home. I think it's almost a 1,500 square foot home just by myself with the animals. And so once this is done, I can start putting more focus on the home, and I feel like after all this is done and summer starts to wind down, I'll finally be able to go into town and at least get a part-time job and all that stuff. I mean, as of right now, the irony for someone being out of the home is I'm saving about $150 right now. I mean, I paid off some bills over this last month, so I'm just saving more and more money with the situation that's going on, and it's going to allow me when I can feel comfortable enough, to be honest, to go back to part-time work, and which I'm going to be really pushing myself after this pond's done and all this shit's cleaned up. And then if I can get the trees beforehand, once I get the vouchers and all, it'd probably take me 2 days to do that. I can get my trees to come out, brought out, and then I can get them all planted, and they'll be good. So, yeah, they'll be good and planted, and basically at that point it's just wind down and enjoy the rest of summer, and then I'll look for some seasonal work, part-time work, because I had an offer for a cook job, but I want to cook, but I'm not looking to work full-time in a high-end restaurant. I don't do good in rich spaces, you might as well say, and I don't hate rich people. I don't know, something about the atmosphere bothers me a lot. I mean, I can't even sit and eat in a cheesecake factory, because like the way that the design of the atmosphere freaks me the fuck out, so I'm best off getting that to go. But no, I'll find something that I can do that I'll be comfortable with. It's relaxed, and I think I'll have my not think I have my sustainable farm. I just got to get this finished, and by next year I'll really be going fairly good. Having the fish in here, I mean, I don't eat a whole ton of fish at all. I'll eat fish sticks and stuff, or fried fish once in a while. The neighbor likes fish, but having that fish, a lot of fish, having that in here because I'm gonna get some lake trout in here. I want some for pets instead of koi. And when some of them get, so big, I might keep a couple, if I can figure it out, keep them as my little breeder trouts. And then as they get so big, I got trout steaks and stuff like that if I want, that I can kind of vacuum seal and freeze. And if I wanted to sell them to the neighbors for extra, not the neighbors that help me with this, but we've got a nice little neighborhood here. There's some things starting to work out in a way that it's going to be far more beneficial to stay here. I can still stay close to my parents and my family, and it'll just, yeah. I wanted to get out of Oregon because I wasn't going to have anything here. I mean, once my family moved and all that stuff, my brothers and all of them, I wouldn't have anybody here. And given the fact that I recognized this and somebody doing what they did, I would have guaranteed had nobody here, because she would have done it anyways. But no, in a weird, messed up way, even though the situation hurts a lot, it's been a blessing. I still got to get over the I still got to get through the mental healing stuff and learn how to cope with some of the hard moments that I've been dealing with, where I'm trying to figure out what it is that it's like. If you're feeling yourself getting angry or whatever, you get kind of that buildup in your tummy and into your chest type thing, whatever you call it, the anxiety type feeling buildup. I'm trying to pay attention to that type of thing so I can learn to try and have better self-control. Because I don't have any in these situations, especially like what she did to me. I just don't. woman has done the same. But I think something's changing for the better. I actually, like, as much as it hurts, like I said, I'm not the one who has to go around with the rest of my life knowing I didn't do what she did. I stayed loyal and faithful. I did my best. She spent her whole time worrying about other people. And all I asked her to do was prioritize the relationship. It had nothing to do with not having friends. Anyways, have a good day, guys. This is just about done. So, yeah, and my phone's about done too. Have a good day and a good night. Bye.